Hello everyone, it's Alexis with Create Your Future, and I'm back today, you guys, with another video. Today it's just me, and I'll be filling you guys in on a success story of one of my beautiful clients who manifested her SP to move back in with her and her child, and he had previously left the family. And I just have a lot of really cool tips today about manifesting, how to stay on your mental diet, and some juicy stuff. So before we get started, thank you for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing in the box below. And please hit the bell icon and you get notified every time that we post new videos. Okay, you guys, so this client, first of all, a little bit of a backstory. So through multiple sessions, we went through her blocks and figured out what stories really she was holding on to. So I just want to be clear in this video about what blocks really are, because I get a lot of questions about, Alexis, find my blocks. Do I have any blocks? What's going on with me? Am I blocked? It's not happening. Where's the block? Okay. So we first of all want to come at your blocks with thinking that you don't have any blocks, because the more that you think about something, the more you create something and you push that something out. Okay. Other thing is that you want to think that blocks are just groups of negative thoughts. So it's groups of negative stories that you have. Usually they're running in the back of the mind about something. So as an example, let's say, because I love to use props, I have my chapstick. So I have this chapstick and I want to buy the chapstick, and the chapstick, let's say that it's always too expensive. All right. So in my universe, the chapstick is always too expensive. And whenever I go to buy it, I just don't have enough money to buy the chapstick. Okay. So that's the story that I'd be having about the chapstick if I want to buy the chapstick at a cheaper price. Okay. So I would sit down and I think like, oh my gosh, chapstick, you're always too expensive. Chapstick, I can't afford you. So if I want you to be on sale, I'm going to start thinking thoughts of you having an opposite story of you being on sale. So through that process, I would have realized, oh, so Mr. Chapstick is always too expensive. I have a story because my thoughts create, and my thoughts push out into my reality, and they manifest everything, including the price of little chapstick. It's like a big chapstick, right? Anyways, so I would change a story about the chapstick to get it to be on sale. All right. So this client did just that. And she really used her mental diet and her ability to get on the right thoughts, the right intentions, to allow herself to uncover all of the stories that she had about her SP, who was also her husband, about being a woman, being a mother, being sexy after having a child, and feeling like she had kind of lost herself, to be honest. I know that she'll say that it's okay if I say that, even though it's obviously totally anonymous. But like a lot of my clients, there's sort of a story that's been happening either about yourself once you get into a relationship and losing yourself for your partner, or your partner gets put first, or you've done what a lot of women do, like why wouldn't we? You have a child, you go through pregnancy, you birth this beautiful being, and then your whole reality becomes about the beautiful being. Well, the only problem with that whole scenario is that when you do that, your SP, whether, it could be a man, it could be a woman, whoever it is, the SP through that whole scenario, their needs are often not met. And that was the case in this situation. So just like when I talked about the chapstick, having a story about the chapstick. If you want to get the chapstick to be on sale, you have to change the story, right? So, we went through a lot of sessions about what are the stories, what's going on in the back of her mind. And before I forget, this client has also been a success story #1. And that first video was manifest gifts, kisses, and his attention. Okay. So this was a process. Just like I said in my last video, if you're kind of getting the misconception from some of our videos that things happen quickly for everybody else and not for you, this client got exactly what she wanted, but she hung in there. She stuck with it. She stayed on her mental diet, and she focused on creating and connecting to a new story about herself, her SP, and about herself as a mother, and about herself as a woman. So along with the story that was kind of happening about the husband and the child, and then all these things were happening, the child was also very front and center. The grandparents wanted to be around the child. Everyone talked about the child. Like, this child was like the golden child. It was so cute. But the only thing missing with that is that the husband, his needs, like I already said, they weren't really being met. So in our reality, you want to think that if we want people to love us, come towards us, spend time with us, then we really want to be that embodiment of love radiating that embodiment of love and being that for everyone from a place of unconditional acceptance of ourselves, and then wanting the best for everyone else and wanting everyone's needs to be met, right? So this isn't about manifesting your SP, getting them to do something. When is he calling me? When is he coming over? What's going on? Let's make this work. This is really a different kind of process when you look at conscious manifesting and conscious creation in changing the specific person. So once I gently said to her, well, you know, I don't think his needs are being met. Do you think his needs are being met? She said, oh my God, I can't believe it. Oh my God, Alexis, I can't believe it. You're so right. I knew you'd find my blocks. Okay. So I talked about that in the first video, and then I'm just reiterating it here because it wasn't like she did a couple of intentions. She kind of like threw them out there and then everything magically changed. No. You guys, she did some really, really deep work about changing her concept of self. And again, changing her concept of herself within her marriage and her concept of herself about being a mother and then being able to be sexy, beautiful, magnetic, and alluring after having had a child. Okay. So I'm also going to read the success story because it's really sweet and it's a little bit short. So I thought everybody would kind of want to hear it. All right. So here I go. Hi, Alexis. I wanted to send you a quick follow-up success story. I have seen so many successes since our last session. I'm omitting the date, okay? And my husband is now fully home and committed to me. He is constantly telling me how amazing, wonderful, beautiful I am, just like in my affirmations. When he first came home, he was sleeping on the couch. Gosh, I knew that would happen. So funny. Then one night he said he wants to start sleeping in the bedroom again. Happy face. There's lots of I love yous and I miss yous when he's away for work. He's always lovingly referring to us as husband and wife. And then she put the heart emoji. It's like my favorite emoji. Okay. We had the most romantic Valentine's Day. He is taking our family on a ski trip this weekend. He said that I deserve a weekend away. I can't thank you enough for how much things have changed. We should have been finalizing our divorce this month. Now, instead, we're meeting with a realtor on our ski trip to buy a vacation home for our family. And so this is what she put at the end, and I'm just throwing this in there because I think it's really important. If I could turn this around, anyone can. Tell the story you want to see, and your reality will start to show that. My mantra became, our marriage is stronger and better than ever. And now it is, and he even tells me those exact words. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, you guys, so that's one intention that we can go over to. Our marriage is stronger and better than ever. But I want to be clear here that instead of throwing you guys a bunch of intentions and having you add it to your list of what you already have, what I really want the takeaway from this video to be is that all of our clients and all of my clients who are success stories, they have commonalities. And I've talked about this in other videos, but just like other clients of mine, this client stuck to her mental diet and she really stuck to the version of herself and the version of her in her reality as the ideal version of her in her marriage with her child and for herself from within here. So what she didn't do was ask me, how long is this going to take? When's this going to happen? What have you seen from other clients and how long has it taken for them? Okay. So there's a commonality in my clients that are success stories is that they're not, and I know this is easier said than done, okay? I'm not trying to be positive Polly over here and pull something out of thin air because I know that the mental diet, when put into practice, I tell my clients this all the time, it's not an easy thing to do because you're rewiring your brain and you're rewiring your neural pathways. And actually, I'm gonna go into that today as a refresher. Okay, back to this client though. What she did is she stuck to it. And she let go of questioning. She let go of doubting. She let go of all of the thoughts in the mind that do that. So I'm pausing for effect. Okay? Because what I really want you to think about if you're watching this video is, are you questioning and are you doubting the mental diet? It'd be normal if you are, it's okay. Are you questioning and doubting if you're the god or goddess of your reality? If you are, it's okay. Who wouldn't? This is new information for most people, for all of us. Are you, though, out throughout the day questioning, doubting? Are you negative Nancy, negative Nelson about life in general? It's okay if you are. A lot of people are. All this can be fixed. But if you are that person, then chances are all of that's going to override all the intentions. So I could spout out today 20 intentions, and you could add them to a list you already have. But if you're of that person If you're acting like that, again, nothing is wrong with it, not condemning anybody, because it's a lot of us before we learn how to not do that. If you are the person who is consumed by negative thoughts, that means that your body and your being is consumed with negative energy because you're an energetic being, just like little Mr. Chapstick. It's also energy. Everything at a molecular level, when you look at it with a microscope, is energy. That's how it's energy. It's atoms that are moving around, okay? So you're the same way, you guys. And if you're holding on to negative thoughts in the mind, it creates disease in the body, it creates a negative state in the body, and then you push that out. So in the long way of saying that, this client, just like all my other clients who were success stories, she wasn't questioning time. If she ever did, I just didn't answer, okay? If you're one of my clients or you book coaching with me, you know I'm pretty direct. And it seems that everybody books sessions with me because I'm very direct. So just like with her, like everybody else, I'm very direct and I won't answer. I don't answer questions about time because I can't even answer even if I wanted. Okay? I'm not a psychic. I can't determine the time. Even if I could, I wouldn't. Okay? It's no fun for me. It's more fun to see people change and get on the right thoughts and change themselves and change these core concepts of self. That's why all of us who do this work as facilitators and coaches do this. Because what this client did, that was the biggest thing. That was the block, and it was creating all these problems. Now think of it like this too, you guys. Your higher self creates blocks, it creates stories, it creates problems for you to resolve them. So the biggest block here was her story about being a mother and her story about being a wife and being a beautiful, sexy, alluring, magnetic wife after she had the child. So just like this client, you too can be thinking about what are the stories that are running in the back of my mind. Because if you're not getting what you want, if your SP like this client has moved out and you want him or her to move back in, I've had so many clients that have manifested the SP moving back in, okay? I don't say it's super easy, but anything can be done. Anything's possible in your reality. So if though that's not happening, it's because there's some stories that your higher self, your inner mind, your inner God or goddess wants you to figure out, because that's the block. It's the groups of negative thoughts that you're holding on to, or the negative story that you're holding on to. It even could be resentment, lack of forgiveness, things like that, okay? So just like this client, you guys, you can be a success story. Like she said, she's no different than you. It's possible for anyone to do this. All you need are the right tools, and you have to have the right ability to stay with it and then manifest it into your reality. Please excuse, there are beautiful children that are in my neighborhood, and it's still during the COVID time, and they're right outside. You can hear them. They're so cute though. Okay, so the other thing I want to go into too that I said I would mention is neural pathways and what you're doing with your reprogramming. So think of it like this. Like that client, she had a negative story in her mind that would run on autopilot about being a mother, being a wife after having a child, and being in a marriage. There was a lot of stories that were going on. So that neural pathway was very solidified. Like think like it was over here in her mind, and it created a belief and a feeling and a physiology in her body. And then it influenced everything and everyone, because that's how everyone as you pushed out works. It pushes out from you into your reality, from your unconscious mind, your beliefs. Neural pathway creates a belief, it pushes out. Your thoughts also go from the front of your mind to the back of the mind and out to people. But when you have a story, and they say, let's say you're doing your intentions. He loves me, SP loves me, SP's moving back in, SP loves being my man. Let's say you're doing that. Okay, those thoughts get stopped. Like the thought goes like this. One more time. Going back to my hip hop days, okay? When you have a negative story. Because the story is like in the back of the mind, it's in you, and it overrides the thoughts creating. So you can do intentions all day long, you guys, okay? Like dollar bills, okay? And they're stopped, okay? Because the story. So she rewrote the story. She got clear on who she wanted to be, and I guided her into being that sexy, magnetic, alluring, receiving, and receptive to love. Being a woman that's allowing things to come to her, because just like so many of you guys out there that book sessions, she's successful in her career. She's successful at making money. She's successful at getting things done. She runs the whole house, herself, and the baby, and the family. The one thing she couldn't do was really get a hold and in control of her relationship. So in any event, that is the real key here that I want you to take away from this video and this success story, is that you too can get your SP, whether it's a he or it's a her, to move back into the house, or you can change who they are and get them coming towards you more. But you got to get really clear on the stories that you're telling yourself, get on the right mental diet, and rework your mind so that you create a new neural pathway. So like I said before, what you have here is a neural pathway of what you don't want, creating more of what you don't want. It goes into a story, it pushes out. With the mental diet and the intention setting that we're doing, because your dominant thoughts are what we're creating a new story. Like imagine it's over here, and it's creating a new belief in the unconscious mind that's influencing others. So it also helps your intentions stick, because when you change that big, deep story about yourself, then it helps bolster your intentions, and that's where you manifest instantly, because you're doing all of these things to support what you want. So please just get clear, you guys. Get clear. Like sit down with yourself or sit down with me. Book one of our coaches and sit down and look at, what am I really thinking about what I want? Because if you really want what you want and you aren't getting what you want yet, it's because of two reasons. There's a time delay in your 3D reality. It just hasn't shown up yet and you've been doing the work, or there are some stories that you're thinking a lot, or there's negative thoughts that are contrary to what you want, and that's stopping. Okay. All right. Well, I've gone over a lot of key pointers in this video. Wow, it really became a thing of its own. And I also do have 3 intentions, because I know everybody likes these. But again, I'm giving a disclaimer. I'm not saying these intentions with the intention for you to write them down and add them to a list. I'm saying these with the intention that you will receive them and see if they can help you be guided to uncovering those deeper stories within your own mind, okay? So grab a pen, piece of paper. So I just have 3 of them, but they're cute, okay? Okay. So SP is living with me now, and it's so wonderful. Cute, right? SP forgives me and loves me. SP is done living where he's been living and wants to be at home with me. Okay, so these are intentions that I had given to that client. I was told that I could use them, so here I am. And I hope that you found this video useful and it's giving you some more insight into how you can get into the stories in your mind. I also have a course that I've created, which is called Become a Master Manifester. And in that, I guide you into how to create your own intentions, how to get on the right mental diet, and really how your thoughts create from that scientific perspective that I've talked about in so many videos. Thoughts go here, thoughts push out, okay? So I go into that too. And I also have included a bonus hypnosis at the end of the course, which will help you solidify and get into that unconscious mind and really bring it all home for yourself for your manifesting. All right, you guys. Well, I hope that you found this video useful, and please let us know in the comments below if this has really helped you have a breakthrough in your own mind, and I'd love to hear about your feedback. So go out, make today awesome. And one more time, thank you for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing in the box below. And the link for coaching with me also is located in that area. So I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Have an awesome day. Bye.